if Black America doesn't have a problem, a culture problem, right? We say, my friends always say, "You're crazy," blah blah blah, about how I don't think highly of Black people and the Black culture, and they think I'm crazy. I'm anti-Black, racist, yada yada yada. However, ask a question. Name a time that a Black establishment in a shopping strip, for example, a Black-owned business or whatever kind, restaurant or bar, whatever the case might be. Can you think of a time that when that Black bar moves into an area, into a shopping strip with other cultures, stores, can you name a time that the Black store is the best behaved, most prestigious acting, most well respected group in that shopping strip? Think about it. Just think about it. Because for me, almost every example that I see of a Black owned business, and I love Black owned businesses, so it's not a gripe about having a Black owned business. But if we're gonna have one, then why can't we be the most respected group in the group? And that goes for everything. Like even when you go to the store, why can't we be the best dressed group there? Why can't we be the best behaved group there? Why can't people look at us as an example of kindness and hard work and um, self-assessment, making ourselves better, becoming a group, living as a group? Why can't we be viewed like that? Why can't we be viewed like that? Like what? I get the whole racism thing. I get the whole slavery thing. However, at this point right now, why can't we be better? Like really, what's stopping us? Like when we move into the establishments and we're playing this loud ass, ghetto ass music. Why is that okay? Why is that acceptable in our culture? Why should that be okay? Why should that be something that we think is fine? And other races walk around and they see us. They see us. They got eyes and ears. They know what's going on. They see what we're doing. And I'm not saying this is every Black person, of course not. But our culture is kind of like that, man. And I'm Black, so I mean I'm not showing my face. So it's not a hate thing for Black culture, for Black race, but we just gotta be better, man. There's no reason for us to sag our pants. There's no really reason for us to listen to rap music anymore. That's vulgar and disgusting, because then other people hear that and they attach your culture to that kind of music and behavior. And if your culture is okay with that music and behavior of those artists, for example, then to a certain degree that tells a lot about what your not even to a certain degree, it tells a lot about your culture, man. Like think about it. Like we judge white people, right? And we think that they're racist, which is fine because a lot of times they have been, but they have earned that. Just like if people say, "Man, Black people ghetto and they dance crazy and their music is disgusting and blah blah blah," we earn that. We earn that too. Like we Black people want to have no responsibility for our behavior. It's just no accountability. Like we just think, hey, we can just do whatever, act however, dress however, wear our clothes however, and no one's gonna judge us. Of course they are. We judge. We judge. So then why do we think that we're not going to be judged in return? That doesn't make sense. That's not logical. That's not real life thinking. And we're being unfair. Does racism exist? Absolutely. Does self empowerment and just being better and coming together as a culture, does that exist? Of course it does. Of course. So then why can't we choose that too? Both of them can exist at the same time. Racism can exist and empowerment and being better and being a respected culture. Those things can exist at the same time. Look at Hispanics. I mean, if you want to say racism from white people, they get say racist to Hispanics too, but they respect them because the motherfuckers work hard. They work together. They live together. Their deal is family. I remember growing up, and I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 76. So I saw Hispanics in my neighborhood and in the school I went to, which was hugely Hispanic. They were like low riders, cholos, and gangs, and all this kind of shit. And it was violent. Okay, but now in 2021, you can't find those kind of Hispanic people anymore. Almost nowhere. Like literally almost nowhere. Unless they're just dirt ass poor. And they still not choloed out. They just got regular clothes on. And so their culture has shifted because they made a conscious choice to. I mean, and the same thing with Chinese when they first got here or when their country as a whole. Like, hey man, it's a culture change. But it's things about accepting responsibility for what you're doing wrong and then moving forward. That's simple. But we're making a choice not to move forward. We're making a conscious choice to be as anti work hard, not necessarily everybody like I said, but anti establishment. Fuck America, fuck these white people, blah 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 blah. And that's fine. I kind of get it to a certain degree. But why can't you fuck those white people by being better than them, by being more successful, regardless of what they do, regardless of how much racism here? Success can be achieved because we see it all over the place. Like literally, there's black people all over the place that grew up in bad neighborhoods also, but they made a conscious choice to be better. Like that's a conscious choice, man. And so if we're not gonna make that conscious choice, we can't really blame people for the shit for our downfalls that we are responsible for. Like if you don't get a job or whatever the case might be because they're racist at a company, then just go to a different company. There's more than one company. But if you are established in your education in who you are and you're a kind person and you're good to people and you're blah blah blah, all those good things about people, just humans, not talking about race, but just by human nature, if you're those things are gonna work out 99% of the time. I guarantee it. But if you're not gonna do those things, then you can't point fingers. You can't not do enough work and then be mad because you're not getting enough work. That don't make sense. Where does that work at anyway? Because that's not what you teach your kids, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, the expectations got to be better. The standard of living has to be better. The standard of behaving has to be better, black people. We do. We do, man. We can talk about, like I said, racism all day. However, the old saying goes, you got to fix your own house first, man. Like, we got to fix our house. We lag in here, man. Like, we've been passed up by every race in America. And sad to say. But we have been, man. Because, like I said, Hispanics, Asians, Indians, everybody's fine. Look at those neighborhoods. There's almost no crime in those neighborhoods. There's not like in our neighborhoods. And yeah, there might be poverty, but damn, you got to kill each other. Like that's not the answer because there's poverty everywhere, all over the world. But it doesn't mean you have to kill each other like that. Not in a way that we kill each other. Like we kill each other over bullshit, bullshit. Like they might kill each other because they just trying to eat and robbing motherfuckers. But we robbing people because we just dumb. Like we have money and robbing people. Like think you sell dope and make money, which is terrible too to a certain degree. But goddamn. So when you're in school, for example, like if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna blame the system. I'm gonna blame my poor poverty neighborhood," that's fine. But then when you're in school and you don't get your education, when your teacher says, "Hey, go home and get your homework done," they're giving you assignments. I don't give a shit what neighborhood you're in. If you're in a poor neighborhood in America, you got teachers that have gone to school and got degrees. And I guarantee you, they did not go to get degrees to work for base essentially minimum wage. That wouldn't even be. That's not no. So they're there for a reason. So we can't blame teachers. I'm a teacher, so you can't blame us because they're giving you assignments. They're telling you information. You are choosing not to do it. When they say go home and read these pages, go home and read that shit, man. Or shut the fuck up about how the system is bad. Because like when you say it's a bad school, okay, I get that. But it's a school, it's a building. It's a building. The school is a building. The school name and all the reputation that comes along with it is based on the people that are in that building. So if the school is shitty, it's because the people in that building are shitty. So that's a responsibility. That's accountability. Because, for example, you might go to a black school and they might have 50 Asians, 20 Indian kids, whatever the case might be. Okay. If you go to their graduation, go to their graduation and then see how many people in the top 10%. Woo wee! It's a lot of Asians and Indians or whoever others in that school. So the school can't be that bad because those kids are going to HBU, Rice, so they doing their thing. So somebody in that school somebody's running into some good teachers. So if they can run into those good teachers because they're working hard mostly, then you can too because you're in the same building. And if you're an all black school, you should be educating. It's a school. They got assignments. They got computers, lunch, teams, air conditioning, water, uh, principals, custodians, a real sewage system. Like those things that's enough. That's enough. I lived in China for a little bit, and if you see those schools, hell, if you came back to America, you'd be really appreciative of what the hell you got here. But we don't take advantage, black folks, and we got to. And I'm not saying all of us, of course, we are achieving. A lot of us are, of course. But even our achieving, the culture of us is still bad, though. Even guys that got their money up, they still acting like niggas, and that's not okay, man. We got to be better. We, the people that are our quote unquote best people, richest, most successful people, should not look like the poorest of us. Also, like there's got to be a distinction, because in every other race there is too. So we got to be better, man. So I just want to just think about it, and like I said, I'm not gonna show my face, so you won't know. I'm just saying, gotta be better, man. Seriously. Uh, but I love us. I love us still. I love us still. So I want us to be better, but it's tough love, man. So what I'm telling us, and all of us, even myself included, we got to be better, man. We just got to be better, and that's it. And that's love, just like you do with your kid. Be better, man. All right, much love.